melody where the music's always bright. From history to theory, we'll keep your spirits light. Tune in for the stories, the rhythms and the groove. Join us on this journey, there's always more to prove. The melody, where every note's a thrill. The melody, welcome to the Melody Podcast with your favorite host, James Shelton. James Shelton. James Shelton. James Shelton.
Welcome to the Melody Podcast. I'm your host, James Shelton. Today, it's the BioBonus. I couldn't think for a second. We're doing Randy Travis. Randy Bruce Trawick, best known as Randy Travis, was born on May 4th, 1959 in Marshville, North Carolina. The second of 6 children born to Harold and Bobby Trawick, Randy was raised on a modest farm where he was training horses and working cattle by age 6. As a child, he admired the music of the legendary country artists Hank Williams, Lefty Frizzell, and Gene Autry. When he was 10 years old, he learned to play the guitar. As a teenager, Randy's interest in country music was matched only by his increasing experimentation with drugs and alcohol. Estranged from his family, Randy dropped out of school and briefly held a job as a construction worker. Over the next few years, he was arrested several times for assault, breaking and entering, as well as other misdemeanor charges. On the verge of being sent to prison at 18 years old, Randy met Elizabeth Hatcher, a manager of a nightclub where he performed in Charlotte, North Carolina. Seeing promise in his music, Hatcher convinced the judge to let her become Randy's legal guardian. Hatcher spent the next few years grooming Randy, who started to regularly perform at her country clubs. In 1981, after minor recording success on an independent label, the pair moved to Nashville, Tennessee. Hatcher secured a job managing the Nashville Palace, a tourist-oriented club near the Grand Ole Opry, while Randy, who for a time performed as Randy Ray, worked as a short-order cook. After several years of trying to make a name for himself, Randy was signed by Warner Brothers Records in 1985, now billed as Randy Travis. His first single, on the other hand, reached a disappointing number 67 on the country music chart. Despite the lackluster debut, Warner Brothers released Travis' second track, 1982, which secured a place in the top 10. Optimistic over the response to 1982, the label decided to re-release, I've never been able to say this word, re-release, there we go, On the Other Hand, which immediately skyrocketed to number 1 in 1986. Both songs appeared on Travis's album Storms of Life, which secured its place at number 1 on the Billboard's Top Country Albums chart for 8 weeks, sold over 5 million copies, and won Album of the Year at the Academy of Country Music Awards. More awards and accolades accomplished Travis' rise to fame, and he was invited to become a member of the Grand Ole Opry in 1986. His widely celebrated sophomore album Always and Forever in 1987 earned Travis a Grammy Award, as well as the Country Music Association's Album of the Year. It also spent 43 weeks at number 1 on the Top Country Albums chart. Travis took home back-to-back CMA trophies for Male Vocalist of the Year in 1987 and 1988. His next 3 albums, Grammy-winning Old 8x10 1988, No Holding Back 1989, and Heroes and Friends 1990, which included duets with George Jones, Tammy Wynette, B.B. King, and Roy Rogers, also sold millions of copies. Travis's music career continued to thrive with the release of Full Circle in 1996, You and You Alone 1998, and A Man Ain't Made Out of Stone 1999. A turn toward gospel music led to more success. Rise and Shine 2002, Worship and Faith 2003, and Glory Train 2005 all won Grammys for Best Southern Country or Bluegrass Gospel Album. During his career, Travis unintentionally opened the door for many young artists who sought to return to traditional sound of country music. Known as a new traditionalist, Travis was credited with influencing future country stars like Garth Brooks, Clint Black, and Travis Tritt. In 2009, he recorded a version of his hit song "I Told You So" with Carrie Underwood. It became one of his first top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 and won the duo for won the Grammy for best duo. Oh, excuse me. Travis seventh overall for best country collaboration with vocals the next year. In October 2016, Travis reached a new pinnacle when he was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. "Today is the greatest day of Randy's celebrated music career," his wife Mary Davis said during the ceremony on his behalf. "Randy wants to thank you for listening and loving him." By that point, many assumed the country singer would never make music again. He had survived a near catastrophic stroke in 2013, and despite relearning how to play guitar and sing, he never regained his talents enough to continue his career. So the May 2024 arrival of "Where That Came From," the singer's first single since his health scare, came as a big surprise. Because of Travis' limited singing abilities, the track was created with an AI program that used more than 40 samples of music throughout his career to overlay his voice onto a bass vocal track performed by singer James Dupree. In the 1990s, Travis concentrated on his acting career. He won roles in the made-for-TV movies Dead Man's Revenge 1994 and Steel Chariots 1997, plus made an appearance on some of TV's most popular series, including Touched by an Angel, Frasier, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. He then moved to the silver screen with supporting roles in movies The Rainmaker 1997, TNT 1998, and The $1 Million Kid in 1999. In 2012, Travis, then 53 years old, was arrested for drunk driving in Texas. According to a report by ABC News, police were called to the scene by another driver who witnessed Travis shirtless and allegedly taking a nap on the side of the road. The country star had been involved in a single-car accident, according to the report, and when police arrested him on a DWI charge, he received a separate charge of retaliation and obstruction for threatening to shoot and kill officers at the scene. Officers took the singer to the police station naked. The details of how he became naked are still unclear, and his blood alcohol limit was well above the legal limit, authorities said. He was released the following day after posting a $21,000 bond, according to ABC News. In January 2013, Travis pleaded guilty to driving while intoxicated. He was sentenced to 2 years of probation, 30 days at the inpatient rehab, and fined $2,000 and ordered to complete 100 hours of community service. 6 months later, in July of 2013, Travis made headlines again when he was admitted to a Texas hospital after reportedly suffering from complications related to a heart condition. The then 54-year-old singer was diagnosed with having congestive heart failure. While undergoing treatment for his life-threatening condition, Travis suffered a stroke that left him in critical condition. According to his publicist, Kurt Webster, Travis had surgery to relieve pressure on his brain following his stroke. His family and friends are here with him at the hospital. Request your prayers and support, Webster said in a statement. The health scare kept Travis in the hospital and rehab for months. As a result of the stroke, Travis had lost his ability to speak and had difficulty walking, but in the years since has been making progress on both counts as well as relearning how to play the guitar and sing. 3 years after his stroke, Travis wowed fans when he stood on stage and sang an emotional rendition of Amazing Grace at the 2016 induction ceremony for the Country Music Hall of Fame. Randy stared Death in the face, but Death blinked back, his wife Mary Davis said during the event. Travis continues to recover. His speech and mobility continue to slowly improve. One of his recent appearances was the 2023 Academy of Country Music Honors, where he presented an award to Kane Brown. Mary Davis and Randy Travis have been married since 2015. Travis is currently married to his second wife, Mary Davis. The couple became engaged in 2013 before Travis' health scare, then married in 2015. Previously, he was married to longtime manager Elizabeth Hatcher in a private ceremony on the island of Maui in 1991. The couple remained together until 2010, when they divorced. The famed country singer has no children. In recent news, country music icon Randy Travis, 65, is making music again with the help of artificial intelligence. On May 3rd, 2024, Travis released Where That Came From. Like I spoke about earlier in the podcast, this is just some extra stuff that I found. So, earlier this year, May 3rd, 2024, he released Where That Came From. It was an AI song that they compiled 42 samples throughout his whole entire career and just pushed it all together to make one song. And that song is not him singing now, it's AI created, but they used his voice to make the song. Just wanted to point that out. As of this recording, Travis' net worth is around $12 million. In 1986, artists such as Kenny Rogers, Annie Murray, and Alabama were ruining the charts with a more crossover sound on country radio. The New York Times ran an article in 1985 proclaiming traditional country music was dead, and then came along Randy Travis. Granted, there were other performers recording in a more of a classic-based sound, but the 1986 album Storms of Life unearthed in an era of country performers known as the New Traditionalists. Names like Dwight Yoakam and Keith Whitney were among them, but Randy Travis was the lead character in the storyline, with a song selection and singing style that was a definite throwback to an earlier time. Throughout the rest of the decade and through the 1990s, no radio chart was complete without at least one Randy Travis song. His 1987 Always and Forever Death stayed atop the country albums chart for a staggering 43 weeks as the singer continues to recover from his stroke that would have killed weaker men. Let's take a look back at some of the best moments in Randy Travis's chart history. Number 5, Randy Travis's Forever and Ever Amen. Number 4, Promises. Number 3, On the Other Hand. Number 2, 3 Wooden Crosses. And number 1, 1982. Shop Melody is currently down right now. Please follow us on Facebook at The Melody Pod. That's Melody with an I, not a Y. At The Melody Pod for more news and information. And you can listen to the podcast free on iHeartRadio and what's the one? Oh, YouTube. And listen on YouTube. I'm not doing okay today. I can't talk and I can't think. So y'all have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.